So, do you want to see the new van or not?
Give me the dust of my father. Stand on the face of the ancients.
Alright, so the van saga has gone on way too long. It's been quite a few months now since I first started having problems with my Sprinter, which I owned for 2 years. Those problems were for the most part intermittent and caused me a lot of stress in my head. So I started to look for new vans, which also then brought on its own stressors. Looked at a lot of vans, had so many options. There's so many options out there for vans, obviously, as you know, because there's vans all over the place and they come in all different shapes and sizes and colours and colours. So basically I went with a bit of a wild card van. It's an unusual van. It's not a van that you would normally see on the road. It's not a van that you see very often converted, although there are some. At the same time as it's a wild card, it's actually very familiar in that you do see them on the road a lot. I'm just trying to tease you now. I'm just trying to tease you with thinking about what it is. So I don't know if I should just tell you. Alright, I'm going to tease you a few video clips first. I've essentially bought another Sprinter. However, it's not a Sprinter. I fucking bought a Volkswagen. I bought a Volkswagen. And now you're going to probably be thinking, oh, he's bought an LT35, which is essentially a Sprinter, but a Volkswagen. Wrong again. Let's have some more teasing clips. There we have it. My new home is a Volkswagen LT46. So, LT46, as far as I am aware, is a commercial vehicle. I think around 6 tons, but it's been downplated to 3.5 tons, which benefits me massively. And it benefits me massively for a number of reasons. I haven't got a grand license, I haven't got a grand license, and I can only drive up to 3.5 tons. So this is probably the biggest thing that I'm going to be able to drive on my license. It's a flipping long wheelbase. It's almost twice as much room in the back as what I've got at the moment. It's a 2.8 litre commercial engine, which is an absolute animal, to be fair. Especially in an empty van, it goes pretty quick. It's a bizarre van. Like, it's a Sprinter, but it's not a Sprinter. It's kind of what I know, but not. All the door panels and bodywork is pretty much the same, apart from the front end, as my Sprinter. There's slight differences in the door handles, but the door cards are essentially the same. The window handles, the windows, everything's the same. So, like I said before, very familiar. However, this isn't a vehicle that you see very often on the road, because although you see Sprinters, you don't see these as often. So twin wheels, able to carry a lot of weight in the back if needed. However, I'm not going to be carrying a lot of weight, so the engine that is designed to carry a lot of weight is never going to be under the load that it's expected to be under. So it's always going to be underused, which is probably a good thing. So I'll try and show you a bit around. I mean, this cab area is a bit plain. It's very similar to the Sprinter, but I'll show you anyway. You'll have to excuse the mess because I've already sort of moved into the front part, but it's got twin seats same as the Sprinter and a single seat same as the Sprinter. It's got this big massive horse's cock gear lever, which is different to the Sprinter. The Sprinter comes out here-ish, but there you go. But really near enough everything else is the same. All the headliner is the same. This van is in so good condition. I can't actually believe it. Like, it's in so much better condition than mine. Everything's clean in the front. Everything is Bobby Dazzler. So let's have a look at the back. I did go way over budget on this van. So the build itself is going to be a tight budget, seriously tight budget. But for the money that I had, this van, I am unbelievably happy with it. It ticks so many boxes, but actually wasn't what I wanted. I was looking for newer vans, but also knew that they would come with a lot of problems and be a lot more expensive to fix, but I wanted that sort of luxury of driving a nicer van. However, what I realised once driving this van is that it was just my van that didn't drive very well. Like, it had the vibrating clutch problem, it had the heavy steering, obviously the engine made a lot of noise, and this is kind of the opposite of that. You'll be able to hear the engine now, but inside it's not actually that noisy, and driving it isn't bad at all. So I think I've kind of got a good compromise between something that's going to drive nice, but also when it comes to repairing is going to be reasonably priced, which is the thing that I need. The mileage is around the same as what my Sprinter was. However, it is the commercial engine, which is designed to actually do moon miles, so it is low mileage-ish for what it is. And again, the engine's not going to be under as much load as it's probably designed for anymore. It's pretty much retiring now. Okay, so as I said before, it's almost twice as long in the back as my old Sprinter, and it's already boarded out. It has no insulation or anything. It's just a clean box, fresh canvas. It's almost like a short walk to get from one side to the other. I could play football in here for now if I wanted to. I could just do all kinds of activities, like on this bit. So have a look around. Do have lots of plans for this van. It is going to be a lot of work, but I am confident that I can probably be moved in here in a month. So, who wants to follow from van to home in a month? In a month, that's a challenge for you, isn't it? So hopefully you'll enjoy watching these videos. I'm going to try and record as much as possible. The plans that I do have are very specific. You might not agree with them, but they're very specific for very specific reasons. This is not going to be done on a whim. I already have very specific plans. All lessons learned from previous builds, all mistakes made in previous builds are not going to be repeated in this build. So get ready. I'm on a tight budget, tight budget, but I've got a plan and I reckon we can do this. So I'll see you on the next episode of what's going on in my van build, and thanks for watching, thanks for your interest. Love you all. Bye, Felicia.